to an episode of Spursy Times. It doesn't get much more Spursy than this season, does it? Here we are on course for our worst ever Premier League season in history, and yet we are on the verge of possibly ending our 17-year trophy drought. Wow. Well, today I want to talk about the UEFA Europa League semi-final first leg, where we beat Bodø Glimt 3-1. So, I think we can say 3-1 is a pretty good score in the first leg of a semi-final. And of course it's nice of our boys to give the opposition that traditional late goal so they didn't go home empty-handed. We are the team that just keeps on giving. I could go two ways with this report. On one side I want to be positive as we are just one game away now from a European final. But at the same time we cannot ignore the reality of where we are this season. I guess all we can do is just enjoy the moment. We've probably earned that this season. So, on the positive side, we started brightly and a goal in the first minute set the mood nicely. Richarlison did really well to get that looping header over to Johnson, and Johnson's really becoming a master of the 6-yard box now. I still think Johnson is wasted on the wing because he can't dribble or beat a man and is useless at crossing the ball really. But he does know how to find the net, and every team needs a goal scorer. The second goal was even better, and not for the first time this season we saw a lovely direct ball over from Bodø, and with just a couple of touches Maddison had the keeper beaten. It was a great long ball over and Mads just made it look easy. It's a shame we haven't been seeing this sort of play in the Premiership this season. The penalty may have been a little fortunate, but Solanke put it away with confidence, which meant after 61 minutes all we had to do was just not throw it away. Now, for most teams this would have been pretty simple, just a shut-up shot. But of course we know better when it comes to Spurs. It only took one lapse of concentration, and with their first shot on target, and that's from a total of 3 shots in the entire game, they found themselves a lifeline. Some people have said that the introduction of 3 substitutions in the second half upset the rhythm of the game, and whilst that may be the case, it's certainly no excuse for the defence to switch off. I don't buy substitutions as an excuse for suddenly losing concentration. Every single football team makes substitutions. You don't see Liverpool or Man City switching off after they make a few subs. In fact, normally they step up their game even more. So I don't really accept that. But once again, we switched off and we conceded a late goal. Besides the late goal, the only other negative that must be mentioned are the fresh injury concerns, which now includes Maddison and Bergvall. Now it's been confirmed Bergvall is out for the rest of the season, so that is a bit of a blow. Maddison, hopefully he'll be back pretty soon. It's just a good job Kulusevski has returned, because it looks like we're going to need him. All in all, the team looked good. They were composed and in control, with even Bissouma having an acceptable performance, I must admit. But I am reluctant to get carried away with the performance. We must remember the opposition we was up against. Just let us see if we can continue this into the next game on Sunday versus West Ham. Or will Spurs just take the weekend off again? Next Thursday is the second leg, of course, so that will no doubt be the priority. At the end of the first leg, the Bodø manager and their fans looked pretty happy about that result. I guess they know what's to come back on the artificial pitch in the Arctic Circle. We cannot afford to be complacent, that's for sure. Now, entertainment value for the match, I'd give it a 7 out of 10. It was a pretty good performance, but I'm not getting carried away with it considering the level of opponent. Standout players, I think Richarlison deserves a mention. He had a pretty positive impact in the first half. It was nice to see him in the starting 11 again. I'm not his biggest fan, but credit where credit's due. And Maddison, he came up with another lovely goal, and I think he's essential to that midfield with his overall distribution. So that was Thursday's game. On Sunday we are up against the Hammers. It really is a game of the best of a bad bunch. With West Ham equally as terrible as ourselves this season, who is going to finish top of this London derby? I think it's a difficult one to call. But as I expect us to rotate the squad again, make lots of changes, completely upset the rhythm of the team, I think we'll probably lose it.